Welcome to Kickstarter Radio 102.4. I'm your host, Lipstickpaddy, and we'll listen to final thoughts for Tidal Blades 2 and the role-playing game Book 2. Now, despite this saying we're not doing any stretch goals, they had a big campaign of dailies. We're going to be looking at them as an overview, very quick whistle-stop tour, and talking about how this actually incredible Kickstarter has been run. So let's get into it. We've got 16 updates to blast through, and it's been an epic journey. It really has. We've almost had a daily video, or what James, one of the devs, calls rant, every day, and they've been really nice to listen to. Let's start at number 1, shall we? Now, each update you get this kind of lore, and you take that or you leave it. You just roll down anyway. But this is kind of the Kickstarter exclusive stuff that you're getting. So this first one was the training grounds. In fact, this is like a little bit of battle royale you can play outside of the campaign to teach people or to PvP in. Very nice though, isn't it? I really like the vibrancy of this world. There's James with his videos. And a lot of people asking for Tidal Blades version 1. This really needs another Kickstarter, if you ask me. It needs like a 1.5 version. Just because you can watch reviews of it. They've a little bit of balance of what you're doing around. It needs tweaking anyway. It could do with 1.5. A lot of people asking for it though, and they basically said that there's no way they could do it. Unfortunately. The Tidal Blades is coming in 2 boxes though, which is better than these coffin boxes because they're Calyx friendly, and if you can manage to stack it on top of your Calyx, it has a wonderful display like this. Really nice. Another Kickstarter exclusive here. These are going to be one-off scenarios, or potentially you could play them during the campaign. It does say you're intended to play at the end of the campaign when your characters are fully leveled up. So it's almost like end game content, but you could scenario it up. Just give everyone full strength, when you're coming in. 3 scenarios up on Tabletop Simulator if you want to see what it's like. The gameplay is absolutely fantastic. I covered it in my first video, but we're here just to look at all this incredible stuff that was unlocking. Look at the size of this map. Absolutely huge. This is like a stadium, isn't it? I love the kind of 3D stacked towers. Looks really, really cool. Got this new mini or standee. Looks great, doesn't it, on the jetpack. Jet thingy-majiggy wiggy. Solo mode has come in, which looks good as well. Everything they're doing seems good. And we got a solo playthrough. Very good. We also talks about the RPG, looking at the different species. It breaks down everything and makes them so unique. And so that's really nice if you're coming in thinking about the RPG. Are you interested in a miniature wash add-on? Was the topic of the day in the chat, and James addressed it in the comments, and he decided, it'd be a cool option. We get to see that coming up. It is a narrative game, of course. It's a campaign game. So these cards are basically what you can upgrade into. When you're leveling up your character, you can kind of buy these in between the chapters. Is it buy? Is it train? Is it engineer? Whatever it is. You basically go to the town in between your missions and you can get these. Excuse me. Now the bronze
There's going to be some silver and there's going to be some gold as well. So there's like epic stuff you can buy if you save up for it. Role-playing peeps, they got these character sheets, which are dandy because when you open these up, you do get a nice path inside to go through. It's really cool. And there is RPGs to play, you know. I think if you get the RPG though, it's going to be difficult to get the minis for it right in the standees, but you know, you're getting a lot in this pack, so hopefully it does cover it. These dice are so cool with a kind of translucent wave in the middle of them. They are really, really cool. The book got Spot UV, which was the first part of the upgrade of the box. Gorgeous. There was talking about sleeves, and there is talk of getting... There's no way sleeves are going to fit in the box. There's something like 700 cards. There's talk of a sleeve box, and that'll get dressed up in art and stuff. So that potentially is a something that we may see post campaign. Late pledge information. This guy looks really cool. It reminds me of Arceus, the desert dungeon crawler, which is due to deliver this year. Get me so excited. But you know, if something reminds you of something else that you're so excited for, it can only be a bloody good thing. This thing's horrible. Like, I hate these centipedes and things like this. Just disturbing, aren't they? But yeah, very cool mini and art. Numbered bases, of course. These are all neat. Nice solution they've got for tracking. More species from the RPG, just loaded with different species. The world. Alright, so silver cards now, a bit more expensive to get. And it seems like there is drawbacks to the really good thing. It's like really, really good but has some kind of negative on it. You'll see that when we get the gold ones, they're kind of good to get, but again have this downside. You can see the cost though in between these. You've got like 6 and 9 here, so the potentially. But you're going to be, when you go into the shop, it's going to be like Madara, isn't it? When you've done first chapter of Madara and you look at all those cards of potentially what you could get. You're even going to look at the cards that you can't get because you're just fascinated by what's possible with your character development. So that's going to be great. No. More lower this stuff, you know. You can come here and find it out if you wish. Next Kickstarter exclusive was this map. It looks delish. Very, very big. I love it how they're using 2 books and then that smaller book to kind of finish off the size. And more worm action here. So, what does this game remind me of? It reminds me of the Leviathan out of Carnival Zombies 2nd Edition. The boss character in that. That's due to come out this year. Like, this is evoking me of so many great games coming this year. This Kickstarter, that's also in 3 parts and it's like a big thing like this. Alright. So, all in all, the campaign was like fantastic. So much good stuff and all that. These are the kind of items that you can take between missions and stuff like that. They give you kind of ways to kind of, I don't know, balance that next mission out. They also talked about the difficulty as well, how to kind of balance that out as well. These quantum upgrades, these are almost like your super abilities that you can do here that you're charging up with these shells. These are nice. Shells is your defense, but you can turn those shells into these kind of abilities. So this is what the wash is intended to be. Your hero's this kind of brown, NPC's blue, and the boss is purple. They want the wash to remain vibrant with the art of the game and stuff. Of course, it's optional. It's going to be $25 to upgrade it, but there is like a lot of minis in total. It's over 70 now. So. Also selling a play mat. So your keyboard's going to sit on here. I almost feel like these play mats are for people who've got a 10 keyless keyboard, which is to say a keyboard without the number pad on it, because you'll get to see more art. If you've got a full keyboard here, you're kind of covering up a lot of it. But they are really nice, aren't they? Something you might want to add to your pledge in the pledge manager, but just a reminder, they've got absolutely beautiful mat. RGB book got gilded pages, which is what you normally see in a Bible. Which is to say that the pages have got like a tinted paint to them at the side. Silver though, you know, Bible's normally gold. More classes. I mean, that book's going to be fantastic. You could come in here and have a look, but there's loads of like teasers and stuff like this, but we're kind of getting blessed with these RPGs of IPs coming out. Got the Tanaris Adventure RPG and the Title Blades RPG. They're going to be amazing. You've got the I want to say Persicle, that game. What's it called? Splash screen up here. That thing that's got like 75 standees in it. That's going to be great for these RPGs. Just to populate areas out and things. Anyhow, difficulty modifiers. Yeah, so if you got through a chapter and you thought it was difficult, you can potentially boost yourself in the next game. Or did you think it was? Did you walk it was so easy? Well, you can make it difficult in the next chapter. I like this very much. It would be nice though if these cards were specific to the chapter. That's what I would prefer, because certain chapter might have a certain amount of characters, enemy types, and the hard one is going to buff them up, because potentially I don't know, it would be nice for it to kind of balance the next chapter specifically. Anyway, at the minute there seems to be some kind of generic good or bad. Or, sorry, a generic good for you or generic good for them. Yeah. But gorgeous art. I like the bird. It's like it was taken in flight, and because it was that, the shutter speed couldn't get the background in. That's kind of cute. Lovely art across the whole game, right? Art prints, would you want these on your wall? They're doing a set. I like the first one. Not so much on the second. I like the third one. I like the fourth one. Not so much on that one. The worm thing. James was levelling some criticism here about Alex's feedback in the gameplay. They were playing it wrong, apparently, and it's very hard to call a Kickstarter, you know, when you get the prototype, you can't really review the prototype, can you? Because it's all gonna change. So it really should be final thoughts on the prototype. And I think James does comment on that. It's not really a review, is it? Absolutely, and things can change as well. Another worm, just getting more disturbing, aren't they? If there's things I don't like I can handle spiders and snakes and stuff, but worms, just horrible. Have you ever played the Amiga game, It Came From the Desert? Man, that game freaked me out in the 1980s. The rants are actually quite fun from James. He kind of talks about the industry and pricing and how things are done in the background, and it gives you kind of brings the curtain down on doing a Kickstarter. And they did plan to do a marathon first 6 chapters, but they ended up only doing 4. And heck, that happens, doesn't it? When if everyone's talking and not playing the game and stuff, it can totally happen. So it's almost like half an interview, half playing a game. All right, and we've seen the bronze and silver, so get ready for the big uns. Power cards. Persistent powers. So these are almost like training your character if it's persistent. I like this. Just more stuff, more skills and stuff like that. It's really, really cool. But I like all this skill system. How you're putting it on your grid. And we got a little bit of some goldage. You'd assume these are like super epic, these gold. Or is it epic? No, these colours are actually specific to the heroes. It's not like the legendary and epic or anything like that. There's just a persistence. Alright, so here are the gold cards then. And they're very expensive, look at that. 12 and 11 all of these, but they're very, very good. Extra 3 attack, super speed 3, nice. I mean, this explosive munitions, this is got a bit of range on it, and it's 3. It's like a bomb, isn't it? So it's got adjacency to it as well. So yeah, they're very, very, very cool. Now we're coming to the end of the at least what I can cover today. Look at that massive map. It looks like, because the small book, we've really seen 2 big and the little book to the right. Here there's 2 books, 2 smaller books, and it looks really cool, isn't it? Big Tortoise Island, Mist of Pandaria type of thing, or is it what's it called? Discworld? Did Discworld do it first? This island, Turtle Island. Another great NPC though. Look at this douche. The eye patch looking fantastic. Another die was upgraded, the danger die, and if I can wrap up what everybody's saying about the title, they're kind of loving it. It's like an incredible experience. This dungeon crawl, if you want to call it like that. Another cool enemy, looks like coming from the sea. Really, really cool. And the new, here it is, the Immortal Box. It gives you the 700 sleeves at 100 micron, which is perfect. And the deck box for 45. This is guaranteed add-on, isn't it? I mean, if you're stacking the boxes in a calyx, the second box isn't as wide as the bigger box below it, so maybe there is room to stack all 3 boxes in 2 rows on a calyx shelf. I think that's possible, but yeah, it says here you're going to get dividers as well to organise your sleeves, which is perfect. And this is what my favourite game, Fallen Land, did. They also did deck boxes too. So we sleevers, we love it. We love it. The sleeving community. Yeah, it says a gorgeous deck box. It's not going to fit inside the game box. No, it's going to go out, isn't it? Isn't it? So despite it not doing stretch goals. It's really been busting out a lot of minis, dice upgrades, book upgrades, and here another hero that you can rock and roll with. So awesome sauce. You know, new class. Massive poster map here, folded RPG on the back, very, very good. Character sheets inside, lovely. And I don't think you can be sold on the RPG if you're not into RPGs, but this is going to be just a reminder, the RPG book has 2 campaigns in it, and I think it uses the maps that are in the game, so potentially you've got everything to go and bang out 2 more campaigns once you've finished the campaign in Tidal Blade's box. So this is guaranteed extra content, and I think it's really worth thinking about. And certainly when you go into Pledge Manager, you weigh it up. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're getting 2 more campaigns out of the game, if you're loving the game, then you can totally go into the roleplay thing. I mean, you've got more characters that you possibly can play with. So I think you've got 6 characters now? Anyway, that's something to think about. I think the box itself is going to be delicious. And, oh man, it's just been an epic campaign. And it's almost a trend to kind of pre-stretch stuff out. As long as doing campaigns like Tidal Blades and you get fantastic dailies. I remember these dailies can be pie in the sky. They want to see how many pledges are coming in, and potentially on a day they can pop a really big one. But you can see how amazing the art looks here, how big your player board is, and it's all fantastic looking. You're going to get those beautiful colourful dice that's upgraded, and all these minis that are going to go on the book. If I've only got one thing I would have liked to see, and it might happen yet, is clear bases on these minis, just because it's covering this beautiful art. We'll always say that. But they are going to put in these coloured bases on the enemies, which is, something you just can't avoid, I guess. But you can kind of see how the miniature box is a little bit smaller than the box, and I think it might stack on top of your calyx with that sleeve box, so it looks perfect. So 21 scenarios, 40 hours of gameplay, and the roleplay is going to give you 2 more. There's 2 more campaigns to play in that, so it's delicious, peeps. Pledges then. Board game itself, $89 is great, right? But if you want to get the upgrade pack, that gets you all the minis. The resource set, it's getting expensive now. Let's just go down to these pledges, because we can now see the full extent of the cost, right? It's getting complex with all these. If you're concerned about shipping, you're going to have to $1 it, because it all depends, as James said, how many people in your country are backing. That can affect it. And all this stuff. And of course, shipping might change also because of fuel crisis and shipping crisis, and potential things in China, more COVID in the country and stuff like that. Who knows? Miniature set, man, they look absolutely spectacular. Love them. Here's the deluxe upgrade. Get the shells and the squishy fruit. And why wouldn't you want to get these? They just look great, don't they? And they've been busting out. And it looks like they've got one more that they're probably going to reveal. I'm not on the last 24 hours, so there's going to be like that big reveal, and worth coming here to see what the last one is going to be. So yeah, you're getting fantastic with this massive $160 then, because the scenarios you're getting have minis. They've got a little bit of side quests you can see here, and they get their own art. book art, mini scenario, more cards, so it's not just this. You're getting a lot within these Kickstarter exclusives, and I think these look fantastic when they're out like this, so really, really good. 5th scenario coming, and we'll probably get that on the daily. So, and as add-ons go, it's really good, isn't it? I mean, you've got sleevers box, you've got sleeves, and you've potentially got a big mat you can put under your keyboard where you work. So, if you want to get more art around you as well. So yeah, very, very good. Highly, highly recommend it. Come in on $1 if the shipping does concern you. Again, it all, shipping will determine how many people from your country, so don't be too ashamed coming in at $1, because you can totally balance it then. As soon as you see the shipping, you get you get the full extent of how much the game's costing, and you might have to take some things off the pledge. But as long as you can get the main game, that's going to be the main thing here. I don't think you're going to want to miss this campaign, because I think it's going to be up there as one of the greatest dungeon crawlers regards to gameplay, art, minis, and world building. And who knows, we might get part 3 where the campaign continues in the future. We'll just have to see, because evidently a labour of love, and it looks like one of these amazing games that we're seeing in the first quarter of 2022. So Tidal Blades 2, Rise the Unfolders. Do we recommend it? We absolutely do. Get in on this. It's a must pledge. It's an insta pledge at this stage. Getting fantastic value, and the quality will be fantastic with the team that's behind it. So yeah. Well, please leave a comment down below what you thought of the campaign. Are you rolling for the roleplay book as well? And all that good stuff. And think about liking the video, as it will help the video get noticed by YouTube, funnily enough. All that jazz. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please look out for my podcast at the weekend, which is a radio show. I will be playing music from the American Song Contest that's going on in the USA. And if you've not been following that, there's been some really cool classic songs popped out from it, and I'll be playing that on this weekend's show. So it is like 50% music and 50% Kickstarter news and a little bit of media at the end of it. And if you've got a question for myself or the channel, either put it in the comments below or find out the email to email us. So just put hashtag question. I guess that's the easiest way, or hashtag broadcast, which is the name of the podcast. Well, thank you so much for watching. I have been your host, Lipstickpaddy. This has been Kickstarter Radio 102.4. You take care, stay safe, and bye-bye for now.